Hallo Leute und herzlich willkommen bei Not for Broadcast.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here.
Wait, ich mach mal kurz Audio. Was sieht an?
Listen, now, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but...
Es geht irgendwie nicht. Bei Untertitel an würde ich hier empfehlen, weil alles ist auf Englisch. Dann habt ihr auch Text Deutsch. Ja, zurück.
Hi, David, I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through. All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, now, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so, you're gonna have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry, it's not hard, and I'm gonna stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm gonna give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens. Right, look up at the top. That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down. Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio. I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again.
Okay, Leute, herzlich willkommen zu Not for Broadcast VR. Das ist ein Spiel, wo wir eine Nachrichtensendung steuern müssen. Das heißt, wir sitzen hier, müssen die Kameras umschalten und ja. Und ich denke, wir fangen einfach mal an mit dem ersten Tag. Die Wahl. Okay, das hier wird den Zuschauern angezeigt. Da oben ist die Zuschauereinschaltzahl. Hier ist das, was gleich kommen wird, und hier können wir auswählen und switchen. Und falls die irgendwelche Schimpfwörter sagen, müssen wir hier zensieren. Nach unten sehen. Okay, wir können hier jetzt Werbung holen. Aussuchen. Okay, dann müssen wir jetzt hier.
Yeah, I thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist, going in 5, 4.
Okay.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next is going to be
Also wenn hier was kommt, dann müssen wir zensieren.
screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all
Okay, das dauert jetzt 2 Minuten.
Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Meghan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance Headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic...
Wir müssen da gleich drücken.
button 2. Bit early there, mate.
National Nightly News.
Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Okay, hier läuft jetzt der Vorspann, das heißt, wir müssen gleich switchen. Nein.
But first,
Das ist ein bisschen zu früh. Ich hätte aufhören sollen. Okay. Das war ein bisschen zu früh. Nicht schlimm.
81% of the popular vote is the biggest election win in living memory.
Okay, aber es ist nicht schlimm,
Advances
ist nicht
appeal
schlimm.
to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change. But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Right, it's
Jeffrey
going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When
But
it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the
hier.
bottom right. I normally play the first one and the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want.
Okay, wenn das abgelaufen ist, müssen wir hier Werbung drücken.
Keep your eye on the clock.
to hear the co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Ranker Snatch is running late. I thought I'd ask him about the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
Okay, Leute.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Ich glaube, wenn die hier reden.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multi-cam sequence, because you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste, but here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1. Try and keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long, 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine. It's not as complicated as it sounds. You've seen programs on television, haven't you? Make it look like those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
Quiet in the studio.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody.
3. Also, okay, jetzt.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from the shock election winners Advance. But first
Get
off,
ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with the star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear. I do hope you believe me when I tell you.
Okay, das hat eigentlich
That
ganz gut
being with
geklappt.
you here today is among
Switch
the
to 2 for the wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction. Lovely. Now back to Thunder Twat.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And
Okay, ich muss jetzt immer so switchen, damit die...
this movie is quite an
Ich muss
academic.
ein bisschen aufpassen hier.
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Get back to who's talking.
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man.
Been on that shot a bit long.
That was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer.
Okay, ich glaube, ich... Redet sie wieder?
Cut me, and I will bleed. And often That's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire, the little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive
Okay,
change
okay.
that I can bring about in the world.
And today,
Oh,
of
jetzt muss ich
course,
umschalten.
we're in for
So,
some
wieso?
real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. What do you make of
Oh,
this
ups.
historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election
Müssen auch
result.
hier aufpassen
Indeed,
müssen.
historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think
Remember the 10-second rule?
Ja,
comes to politics, one should always
ich
strive
mache hier die
to
10-Second Rule.
not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Medicated, which opens next week
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen, but I'll just let Megan cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
exciting stuff. Let's take a look. Exciting stuff.
Oh, looks like Blunderclatch is really losing it in the studio. I'd love to hear what he's saying, but we can't find out now. We'll go to the Rushes room together once the broadcast's over.
I don't understand it.
Okay, irgendwie ist da gerade was los.
It's not your fault.
You think I don't know that?
Ich finde das cool gemacht im Spiel, dass die halt wirklich so echte Menschen aufgenommen haben.
Lance, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We were gonna change the world, you remember? But when I listened to you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor,
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
you need to see this.
Now it's all too late.
Look at this!
Oha, spannender Trailer hier.
The sterility.
So, ich kann dir während wir hier das mal laden ein bisschen was erzählen. Also, das Spiel hier wurde veröffentlicht von Tiny Build. Es gibt auch ein normales Spiel. Ich spiele jetzt die VR-Version, weil ich finde es irgendwie cooler ins VR.
Wanna play another ad? Remember to use the clock at the top to
Okay,
count
okay,
your
wir müssen hier gleich aufpassen. Dann wäre jetzt hier B. Also von Tiny Build veröffentlicht und es geht in dem Spiel halt um. Ja, habe ich eigentlich schon erzählt.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you probably noticed, the broadcast screen here is about 2 seconds behind the master screen here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the censor button for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. And if you can't tell when to bleep, just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red line. Simple. Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear. Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now.
Ich kann es ja auch lauter
As you
machen.
turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it.
Ich mach das mal jetzt hier hin so.
Bleeping like a pro. Remember, button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down. Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live, that's too late. You can use the vision mixing buttons on the left to select the screen you want.
Seriously?
Padworth. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh,
Oh,
shit,
for it,
he's
Pat.
pissed. Get ready to bleed.
Well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do
They
it.
certainly did.
They...
The language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations.
Okay, ich muss ja immer eins aufpassen, weil hier muss ich jetzt zensieren, weil er sagt ein paar Schimpfwörter.
Memorably put.
Nailed it.
But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a
Mix it up a
party.
bit, eh?
You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't
müssen
be
aufpassen.
celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate.
Get on the speaker, mate.
Before we came out here to address the nation, we used
Oh mein Gott, das ist, ich muss hier überall aufpassen, was man hier sagen muss.
Working with the tax office, we
Okay,
have produced a definitive list of every person in the country
Schön,
with
ist doch mal
wealth
weg.
into the
Give
millions.
us a reaction
You
shot.
know this sort of... Probably you rather you don't. Because the
Okay,
likes
Leute.
of me are not
Upsi.
welcome in their gated communities.
Ja, sicher.
Tomorrow, we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So, all you bastards...
Ich find's einfach geil, dass er hier die ganze Zeit ein Bier in der Hand hat.
And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay off. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute.
You raise.
So they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Oh Gott, Junge, ich glaube, da hat zu viel Bier gesoffen.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of the people who created it.
It ends today.
Yes, it ends today.
They're not the one talking.
And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents,
Cut back to the person
I
talking.
suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that.
Oh,
Thank you for your
nein!
time.
Only got a bit of the word.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language.
Ich
Hopefully
habe
we
einfach
got
ganz
that rigged up for
umgestellt.
you in time. If
Ja,
not,
weil wir haben gute
someone's
Zuschauer.
going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new
You're
government,
bleeping normal
that's all from
stuff.
us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody. Same again tomorrow. Call times are on the. So,
Right, looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all
Oh
the help,
Gott,
mate.
ich habe vergessen die Werbung.
Ferry's about to leave.
Oh Gott, ich habe die ganze Zeit einfach.
Job's yours, mate. Good luck.
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not going for a drink?
Nope, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
So.
Win the program.
Okay Leute, aber das war's mit Not for Broadcast VR. Wenn ihr davon mehr sehen wollt, dann lasst auf jeden Fall ein Like und ein Abo da. Schreibt es mir in die Kommentare. Und apropos live, ich bin nämlich heute mit Supermax um 20:30 Uhr live. Auf gar keinen Fall verpassen. Und naja, ich hoffe, ich sehe euch dann auch im Live. Und naja, tschüss.